Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to see if our little red racer can outrun our farm saw. Or did we just build the farm saw too darn fast and now we need to go back into our little red racer? But we're going to find out today. Got a nice piece of cottonwood all set up on our stand. We're going to run same bar, same chain, both saws. Our racer set up with an 8, and I left the 7 pin on the 55. We're using the steel RS Pro chain and our total bar on both saws. So leave a comment. Let me know if you think the 490 is going to outrun the 55, or if the 55, we learned a few things, did it just right, and it'll outpower the 490. So let me know. I'll go make these cuts and we'll come back and see which one is faster. Here we have a nice little piece of cottonwood. This is fresh green, nice and wet still, probably about 8 inches or so. We still got our 16-inch 325 set up. We've got the 55 all fired up. So I'll see where the tune's at real quick, and I'll make, we'll do 3 cuts. I'll make 3 cuts, and then I'll switch this bar and chain to the 490. We'll see if this little farm and ranch saw actually outruns the one we built as a racer. Alrighty, so we'll use those as our 3 cuts on this, and then we'll switch to 490 like I mentioned. Before we started, we were right at 14.8, and I just tacked it there. After a little bit of heat, we're up to 16.1. So I'll probably have Bodie set it right at about 14. It'll heat up through those cuts, and by the time he's done, it'll probably be way too high, but it still needs to be on the leaner side to cut. This engine does not like it on the rich side. But that's just the nature of the beast when we're pushing the tuning and performance. The intake block, the epoxy, everything else can't get super hot like a work saw can, because we're pushing those limits. But we'll swap this bar and chain and we'll see what the 490 has to offer. Alright, we got our 490 all fired up. We'll do the same 3 cuts, running the same bar and chain. This is the race setup. So we'll see if our race saw can actually outrun our little farm saw. Now this one definitely turns more RPM. We started mid-16s, and that last check right there, it hit 18.5. So this closed port race cylinder, we got a bigger carb, closed port cylinder, and we'll check these times and we'll go inside and talk about it. Well, those test cuts sure felt really similar 490 definitely revved higher. It enjoyed the 17,000 plus range, and the 55 really liked the 15,000 plus range. So they are built totally different. We got the closed port, bigger carb, and smaller bore. This is 49cc. And then we got the 55 over here, open port, 46mm bore, and a smaller HD size carb. But I think everything balanced just right to make a super quick 55. And I'll put up the cuts side by side, fastest cut with fastest cut, and we'll go over the times once we look at those. What I got checking the cut times: the 55, cut number 1, 1.51, cut number 2, 1.4, cut number 3, 1.4. On the 490, 1.39, 1.41, 1.48. 490, the fastest cut was that first one where I really pushed on it, that I lightened up, and the cuts got slower. So even though it was spinning faster, it liked a little bit more pressure. The 55 with that 7-pin sprocket liked a little bit more pressure, and the cuts got faster as I gave it a little more pressure. But that's what we have. So 3-cut average: 1.426 for the 490, 1.436 for the 55. So 1/10 of a second different between these two in those 3 cuts. I had more than that much in between a couple of the cuts themselves. So it's pretty fair to say both of these are about the same power level. Now it's time to get the 55 all drained up, boxed up, and sent down to Bodie for the horizontal hustle. And fingers crossed that he can get it tuned right and it performs pretty well. And if it does it, well, we tried. So till next time, thanks a lot, everyone.